Welcome and thank you for clicking on my video. Today we're going to be getting into some technical analysis, really looking into tomorrow because tomorrow can tell us a lot of what is going to come over the next few weeks as we look for that potential opportunity for some kind of ramp up in the summer. We just want to see if there potentially can come a daily pullback first, and I think that is totally possible, especially when you're looking at the SPY on a 2-hour chart and saying, hey, if this can designate itself as a lower high here on the 2-hour, hey, we do have that risk of going to lower levels. Now, this is the first scenario we really want to talk about here with an inclination that a lot of things are dependent on PCE. So we can't really guess which direction we're going to go here with a very high probability in the morning. It's just going to be dependent on that PCE and the reaction to it. But we can see from this 2-hour chart that we really don't want this 2-hour chart to do what? Let's go over something if you're bullish and you want to see a bull run in the summer, something you wouldn't want to see right now necessarily, right? You can see this roll down and it still be bullish, but if you wanted to be bullish right now, what would you not want to see? You don't want to see this low down here broken. Now, according to tomorrow's daily expected move of 584.42 to the downside, that really wouldn't be too much on the radar. So that is our scenario. Technically, number 3 is we are actually going to, or scenario 2. Yeah, scenario 3, I guess, would be that you're going to actually dump that level, then you roll back up to reject and head down lower to potentially take care of this gap. But if we go through scenario number 2, scenario 2 to me is the more probable scenario at this point. And that is on the 30-minute and how we are going to reject from here, go a little bit deep to grab some buyers down at lower levels, shake some people out, spend a little bit of time down here, and then we're going to be able to curl back up and maybe even start that squeeze starting next week. I think that is the slightly higher percentage chance thing of happening tomorrow, but it doesn't mean that I'm not taking scenario number 3 very seriously right now. I have no money really risked in the market out there at this point for longs because I'm still concerned that we could need that daily pullback for the SPY, that daily pullback for the SPY being something to come take care of this gap down in here, a retest of our previous zone. Okay, so there's a lot to get through in these charts. You can see how tomorrow can really help us out. So make sure you join the live show tomorrow morning so you can hang out with us for a second, ask some questions, and we can look at some of this price action together. Because the truth of the matter is, I'm not 100% convinced that we can't run into danger even if we head up right away tomorrow. I think we have potential here to do something crazy, which is potentially go and test these higher levels but fail. And then I think this would lead to a worse scenario. So what we would want to see here for our scenario number 1 on the bull side is for that to cross up aggressively, show that new high very aggressively, then use these areas so you don't create any kind of divergence at these levels. Those are the things I would be aware of for that. If you need that upside daily expected move, 595.68 to the upside. Let's go back over and flip into actually, let's go to volatility for a second here. Why should you be aware of another drop? Is volatility breaking down to new lows, or is it holding even the lows from Wednesday? Is it, as of right now, holding the lows from pretty much all of Wednesday? Yes, it is. So this is a very interesting time for us because we just saw a bunch of this stuff come in, and we actually saw this make a new low, but also make a new high, and then it hasn't rolled down to those levels yet. So volatility still has the chance to curl up into positive territory here, meaning we could see some kind of 2-hour pop here. And I don't think that's too crazy to say the 2-hour can go like this and then fall back down and complete what could be some kind of diagonal head and shoulders down here in some way. Okay? I don't think that's crazy to say. And I think that's very, very possible. And that would lean you towards scenario what? Scenario number 2. So scenario number 2 just being we pull back down to 584, we figure our stuff out throughout the day, and then we see upside. I think that would be very, very good to pay attention to for volatility. As of right now, the daily scale, it is turned up, but you get little inclination that this is going to really go positive until we see that next 2-hour move. If that 2-hour move is not there, then this thing's rolling down and going negative and you're squeezing. If this thing pops for a second, right, but the 2-hour just rolls down, you're squeezing. If this thing goes all the way up to here, then we might have to correct for some bit of time, but we could squeeze later on. And that's the way it goes with volatility. So let's flip back over to the Qs and see what we see. Okay, so if we're going to get some big volatility, then that means we're going to get a daily pullback. We're going to see that VIX really swing up there on the daily scale. That means that we could get to where for the Qs, I would be looking down all the way at 480. But is that highly probable right now? I would say potentially no, because we are holding price very, very well. Price action has been very good, but we're aware of how that could happen. We see that the daily expected move is so close to that weekly expected move that I got to read it out for you. So 514 is going to be a critical level tomorrow for the Qs, 514.25 to the downside. Like we said, if you're able to figure stuff out here, hey, that's scenario number 2, and I think that's likely to play out. But if we see something more aggressive and we start to reject, that is how you end up at lower levels, potentially starting up here at gap fill. I would say 487 all the way to 494, but paying attention to the center as well towards 480 would be a good thing. So for the time being, I think it's just very important to be paying attention to the reaction in the morning. Your daily expected moves of 525.61. If this is starting to get really aggressive, we will give you guys the second standard deviation during the live show. If we need a place to see if we're going to break out to there or break down to there, we can get that for you. That's our 95% line. But really, that's what we have to get through, and we're going to have to get through tomorrow morning, so we don't have to make this some long drawn out thing. Let's show up in the morning. Let's prepare ourselves and see what happens tomorrow, because that can help us with decisions that we could make going into June and going into July. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you were confused by any of these divergences that we're talking about for the Qs up here on the 2-hour that could send the daily trip down, even with this bullish structure, hey, we have that course down in the description. It is 80% off literally for like one more day, but we're going to extend it over the weekend. We like to do that when it always runs into a weekend. So if you have any questions about that, please bring them to the live show in the morning. All right, guys, I got to get out of here and eat some soup. So I'll talk to you guys in the morning. All right, peace.